All right, I'm Jessica Dizelle here with local kart racer George Deadman. And he's been doing some pretty exciting stuff in racing. How about you tell us a little bit about how you got started in racing, George?
Well, we went back to England for my uncle's wedding, and Buckmore Park was right beside the place where my uncle was getting married. And we decided to go try karting. And after that, I loved it. So when we came back to Canada, we bought a go-kart and started racing.
That is so awesome. That is so cool. So I hear you're 13 years old. You've been racing for 7 years. Tell me about your most recent accomplishment, winning North of 94.
Well, it was the first day I actually crashed out. One of the kids hit the barrier and it flew across the track and I hit it. The second race, I was up into fourth place from last. And I got spun out again and I went down to eighth. And then the last race I won. And from then on, I won the rest of the races and won the entire tournament by 4 points.
Wow, congratulations. That's awesome. That's amazing. And I know your dad said something about you had a pretty big gap in the final race. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, I was starting first place, and the guy in second wanted to go around the outside of me, and I blocked that option off, and he got caught up with the guy behind me. So he basically pushed in a chain through the first corner, and he went down to fourth, and I just pulled a 15-second gap, almost 16 seconds.
That is amazing. Good job, man. So for that was the Briggs class, correct? And there was 13 drivers that were in that class at that time. That's pretty amazing. Good job. So how did that feel for you? Like, what was to you the best part of that weekend?
Definitely the final race, because we didn't know if we were going to have a tight battle with the guy in second, because he won everything before. And on the last race, he actually had an engine really good. His clutch wasn't working very well, and it wasn't putting out the. And it just felt really good winning the entire thing, knowing that I probably wouldn't have had the greatest shot on the first day.
That's wild. Yeah, no, you come back from a couple wrecks like that. That's pretty impressive. A great job. So I understand it was a bit of a P-pick kind of a format. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah. So all the drivers should have their name in a hat, pick out some random names. So some of the rookies would get experience in the front, and some of the front runners would get experience in the back, and it would be fun driving through. But sometimes it wasn't so fun because but it was really cool.
Yeah, no, I remember days of P-pick racing. That was wild times for sure. So tell me a little bit about how that qualified you for the nationals and a little bit about how that's going to work.
Well, so the weekend was run by points. So if you finish first place, 2 points. And over the weekend, whoever had the lowest points would win the ticket. And in other classes, like when the world's ticket or like a road tax ticket and all that, I finished the weekend 2 points, I think it was. And that's how I got into the nationals.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So tell me about planning for the nationals. Obviously, it's going to be a pretty big deal. You guys are raising some money for that. Tell me a little bit about how you guys are planning to get obviously over there. It's in Ontario, right?
Yeah. So Trident Auto Wash is is sponsoring me and helping me get there. If I sell a $10 gift card, I'd get $5, $20, $10, all the way up.
That's awesome. So you keeping track of how much you've sold already?
Some families helping out as well.
What is it like being able to have local sponsors like that? How much does that mean to you, and how much is that going to help you?
It's a really cool feeling knowing that that people from your area want to help you get higher into, because I every single day I go past that place for school, and like riding my bike, I always pass it, go to Circle K and get to it. So it's really cool.
So you having a lot of fun selling these cards so far?
Yep. It's really fun riding around town and just meeting new people and going new places.
Oh, I bet. That's super. That is so cool. So, is that like you and your dad go and then you just kind of like do a tour of like different community, like you just like pick an area in Okotoks and then like just visit, go door to door kind of thing?
Yeah. So we'd have like 50 cards or 20 cards and see if we can sell them all. If we sell them all, we go back and get more until we have to go home.
So for the Nationals, obviously that's going to be a pretty big deal. I know it starts on the 18th, but obviously you're going to have to be down there sooner than that. So tell me a little bit about how you're going to get yourself down there, and what it's all going to take to get that rolling and get down there.
Well, we're going to need a lot of money for sure because it's a very expensive weekend. We're going to fly down there with friends. At the North of 49, two other people won the ticket, and like we're really good friends with them. So we're all going on the same plane and we're all going to Toronto and staying in hotel rooms that are like all right next to each other. And it's going to be super fun because we're all racing for the same team.
That is so cool. That's awesome. So are they all other competitors around your age?
Yes, one is 14, I'm 13, and the other I believe is 10 or 11.
Tell me a little bit about the team that you guys are going to be racing for down there.
The team that we're racing for is REM. So they use lightweight chassis or easier chassis. They're not as stiff as others. It's like Birel, Tony Kart, and all the others. Yeah, it's gonna be super fun racing for them.
So what are you most excited about for the Nationals?
Definitely racing, because when you get there, you have to do like one shot qualifying. I think it's 3 heat races and 2 finals. So it's like a pre-final and a final, and it's going to be super fun. I'm really excited.
Oh, I bet. So have you ever been to this? Which track specifically is this one?
Most Sport Karting Center.
Cool, cool, cool. Have you ever been to this track before?
Yes, in 2019.
That's awesome. And what was that like, going to the Nationals 2 years ago and then now getting to go back again?
It's really cool because I know how the track is and I know what to do now. Because before when I went there, I had no idea what to do with the track and I had to learn everything. But now it's going to be a lot easier and I get more time to actually practice and get more speed.
So how much would you say, like, what are some of the important things that you've learned between the last time you went to Nationals and now that are going to help you in this next competition?
Well, I've learned a lot about racing, like competing against other really good drivers. I've gained a lot of skill. I've grown as a driver. Like I've got a lot better competing and just learning how everything works.
That is awesome. So this might be kind of a fun question, but I like to ask, what to you is like the most important thing to remember as a driver when you're competing?
Just have fun and like just be aware and don't crash out. Don't do silly things. Just have fun.
That's awesome. That's so cool. So for you, what is it like having being able to obviously know your competitors and then also to have like not necessarily there's still your competition, but what does it feel like to be able to know that you're all working together in a sport that you all love? Like, what does that mean to you?
It means a lot. It's really fun because you get to race with all your friends and you know how their ideas and plans because you've hung out a lot. You race together, you're from the same area, and it's just going to be really fun racing against people from different areas.